So moving on to the Wyatt Sicks, the Final Testament.
Oh, this is incredible.
And the Miz. This is continuing. We can get to the Final Testament and the Miz stuff in a second, but I think a lot of people, despite people finally jumping on with us for Karrion Kross, because I'm definitely seeing a lot more love for Karrion Kross, because it's like, welcome. Again, this is another situation where I want to be like, welcome aboard, guys. Like, we have videos going back like almost 2 years of being like, Karrion Kross is awesome, and no one wanted to believe us. They finally are. But Bo Dallas,
Unbelievable.
I feel like I owe this man an apology, honestly, because I did not think that he was capable of what he's currently doing right now. It's not like, and that's just based off of what we had seen from him. This wasn't even like, I guess capable isn't necessarily the correct word. I didn't know that he had this in him. I didn't know that he could be this good, because he was always kind of like flat to me. Like, even when he was in his black and gold NXT era run, and he was the NXT champion, then we saw Bo leave and that flopped, and then he was doing whatever with whoever
B
on
Squad or B Team.
Yeah, like all
Mr.
of this stuff. You didn't think that they were capable, if that's the word I'm going to keep using, of being like this. I mean, it's the same thing when you look at like 3-man band. Like, did anyone ever think that Jinder Mahal was going to be a WWE champion? Did anyone ever think that Drew McIntyre was going to get jacked up and, add 50 pounds of muscle and then be like the face of a company? Absolutely not. And so I think that Bo Dallas is in that position for me right now. And I feel like I owe him an apology for that, because my God, him as Uncle Howdy, him running the Wyatt Sicks, I think that it is consistently delivering on a level that I didn't expect. When we talked about the fact that he was willing to take this over and bring his idea and Bray's idea to life after Bray was no longer here, you respected the hell out of him, and you were like, okay, we think that they're going to treat this with the utmost respect given the situation. But this is still wrestling. This is still WWE, and you can't put too much faith into something because you get disappointed time and time again. But what they're doing and what they continue to do is so good. And as many people were saying about this video specifically that they showed this week on Raw, Bo is so eerily similar to Bray. It's almost like Bray passed and like became Bo Dallas. Like that. It's like we're seeing a clone of his brother in him,
We really are. Like, it's crazy what we've seen Bo do with this new character. I mean, he really is morphing into Bray. I saw it last night with how he looked and the way he's presenting, and his cadence and how he's delivering the promo itself. And what he's saying too, it's very dark. He really is going all in with it, and it's nice to see it given this much attention and effort, because it's something that if Bray had, it would have obviously got that, and for them to be doing it and even feuding with people like the Final Testament, it's like, how is that going to happen? Well, they're going to make it work using the Miz as a pawn, because his little promo that he cut last night was pretty damn good too.
Well, and I think with Bo, and I've said this, but I think we questioned the decision to greenlight the Wyatt Sicks because of the heaviness that surrounded the whole idea, and then of course like the amount of weight that put on Bo to like carry his brother's legacy and then do it in a way that he wanted it to be, but also respecting what Bray wanted it to be. Like, we were a little bit nervous about how that was going to go, and then also how that was going to mentally and emotionally impact Bo, because this isn't just mourning the loss of a wrestling character. This is literally mourning the loss of your brother and the guy that you worked with your entire wrestling career, and then you just came back, and was doing some of the best work of his career, and then this happens, and then it's like, okay, what are you going to do? But I think because they are able to incorporate so much of their real life and what they're going through and their real emotions and their real mental state, that is what is making this so good. And why it's captivating people, because it's not just like relatable, as we've said, like the things that they're saying, even if you don't understand half of what he's saying, you get the emotion and you understand the situation that he's in, so you can kind of tap into like different feelings that you might have, and then it can be relatable in that way. And so I feel like this is one of those unique situations in a scripted program that goes beyond that and allows the fans to actually like get more invested in something than there's just like a surface level story or feud or whatever.
Yeah,
You know what I
exactly.
mean?
No, I do. There's way more to it than just what's going on in the ring. There's a more psychological element to it, which that's
Yeah.
what wrestling fans are craving now in a way.
Mm-hmm.
So I do
And it
like
works also for the other members of the Wyatt Six. Like it's not the
absolutely.
same level, of course, because we're not talking about all of them, losing a brother or something. But the way that they've put it together about being like the misfits or people that gave up on them, or they felt alone, or they didn't know where their life was going, it's like that is all relatable, and it makes this whole group make sense. And that's why it's like people want to see what they're going to do next. And so they're going about it exactly how we were hoping, where they're not overdoing it, and we're seeing just enough of the Wyatt Six to still want to see more.